What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Podcast, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. My name is Jonathan. Joining me today, the DOC Doc, two of your draft coordinators here at Masters Fantasy. Yeah, beautiful spring day here in Ohio. Pass it along, man. Starting June 1st. Redraft leagues run every single night all the way to the kickoff. 700 Dynasty leagues. We've never folded a single one. Very proud of that. I must say. But it's that time of the year with orphan teams, man. Always got a few teams we got to get, resell every year. Great way to jump into one of our leagues is the previous owners paid your deposit. So basically half price. Take a look at the description. I got a link to the orphanage and John Beast, the owner here at Masters, man, posts new teams almost every single day. So don't just check today, check tomorrow, check the day after, find the perfect orphan for you, a team that needs your love and support for sure, man. All right. Now what we're here to talk about today, drafts here in a couple days. Really excited for that. I know you are as well, Doc.
Absolutely.
Trading's heated up for sure. It always does the week leading up to the draft, man. I'm, day and night, man. I got to process these things to keep up with them. I don't mind. It's my favorite part of the job. Getting to see all the trades and kind of gauge what's going on here, what's going on there. Seeing some of your guys' creative minds and some of these trades you come up with, man, they're brilliant. You guys are brilliant. I love the customers here at Masters Fantasy. Today we're going to be talking about elite wide receivers. Taking a look at, I got 5 trades here, involving elite wide receivers, kind of a gauge for you guys. Maybe what you should be expecting to get out of these wide receivers, maybe what you should offer to get some of these wide receivers. And the best part about it all, Doc's going to tell you which side of the trade he likes the best too. So
there you go.
All right, let's jump into it. You ready, Doc?
Yes, sir.
First trade popping up on your screen. Shout out to Frank the Tank. My man, definitely making a ton of moves in the offseason. I'm sure if you're in a league with him, you guys know that already. But the first trade popping up on your screen, we got Salvin Ahmed, and the 1.1 and the 2.1 for AJ Brown. So basically, Doc, we got the 1.1 and the 2.1 for AJ Brown, unless you're a Ahmed fan, and I did not know about that.
Yeah, I don't think so. I gotta believe I'm not a fan of who's probably the 4th best running back in Miami.
Yeah, I'll
so
be
that
honest,
seems like a tosser.
Yeah, I wasn't even ready for his name to pop up on the screen. It kind of threw a curveball at me, like, what are we doing here, man?
Right. I guess it's hard to say at this point, depending on whether or not where those guys end up has a lot to do with it. Obviously, for just those picks, I mean, it's hard for me to give away a guy like AJ Brown for so much uncertainty. I get it. It's frustrating with AJ Brown just because he hasn't been able to stay healthy quite a whole. Hold on. Hey, stop it. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dog's making a ton of noise. I don't even know if you could hear it, but
yeah, we're all dog lovers here at Masters. Hopefully you can't hear mine over here chewing on the bone. I gave him a bone, lay down and be quiet. And ever since the show started, he's over here destroying this thing, man.
Shoot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it can be frustrating. I was an AJ Brown owner for not long, and I shipped him out for Nick Chubb because I was already frustrated with his injuries and kind of his role in that offense. Obviously, they use him a lot when he's healthy, but you're also tied to Ryan Tannehill, which isn't anything special. I mean, I get it, but for me, I'm still going to go with AJ Brown, even though there's some things I don't like about his situation.
Yeah, and I think I'm with you. I'm not actually the biggest AJ Brown fan, and I understand all the reasons that everybody is. Just
right,
me,
I love him as a player.
Just
really
when I look at his finishes since he came into the league, I feel like he's rated, a top 3 wide receiver all the time. Yet he hasn't finished there yet, so that frustrates me a little bit. Although obviously the potential, all that too. I don't hate the trade, but I will say, in my opinion, don't get Ahmed as the player, man. Squeeze somebody else.
I feel like he could have gotten more.
Squeeze somebody else there, and actually have a underrated wide receiver value show coming up here. Dynasty underrated wide receivers. I actually think I have a perfect guy for that spot. So definitely check that show out. I'm sure Doc does too. All right, next trade popping up. Good stuff, Doc. Next trade popping
Thank you,
up on
thank
your
you.
screen. We got CD Lamb and a first round pick for Cooper Cup, a 2 and a 3.
I mean, I'm gonna go CD for dynasty purposes. I mean, it's not only do I think he's gonna really take a big step this year without Amari Cooper in town. I mean, it's also fair to assume Cooper Cup's gonna take, a bit of a step back. If they added Allen Robinson, they might still bring back a guy like Odell when he's healthy. So I think the odds of Cooper Cup even coming remotely close to what he did last year is pretty slim. So even though he was the fantasy MVP, I gotta go with CeeDee Lamb and not lose a valuable young asset like that for someone who's probably in the latter half of their fantasy relevance.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say all day. And I'm not talking about Adrian Peterson, man. I'm taking that side all day. Classic case, man. I know, man. Cup was amazing. You probably seen him in your championship game, or the guy sitting with the 1 and 2 seed, or 2 seed that had Cup. Man, he's 29 years old, man. And I'll be honest, man. Call me crazy. I actually just today turned down a trade, and now I was giving up a little bit more than just a first round pick next year for Cup. But even just for a first round pick, man, I was a little hesitant, man. As much as I like Cup, man, he's be 29 this year, 30 the next season. And I get it, man. For this year, you will probably love the trade, but I think that's it. And then after that, you're going to look back and be like, man, I probably should have held on to that first round pick.
You got to think about Stafford too. I mean, how much longer is he going to play?
Yeah, good point, Doc.
So yeah, those are a lot of things to keep in mind with Cooper Cup this offseason for sure.
Next trade, I think this one's going to be a little harder for you, I hope. Next trade popping up on your guys' screen. We got Michael Gallup, the 1.1, the 1.6, and the 2.6 for Justin Jefferson.
Wow. Again, not a bad haul. I like Michael Gallup. He should have a bigger role this year. If he can stay healthy. And in 1.6 you get a solid receiver. But again, I mean Justin Jefferson.
Wait, I just want to make sure you heard that though. That was Gallup, the 1.1 and the 1.6.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the 1.1 part.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you're like really hurting for guys, like maybe you really badly need a running back, then you add Breece Hall. Okay, I get that. I don't know. I don't think that's quite enough juice for me to trade Justin Jefferson. Again, it's not a bad return. Similar to the AJ Brown trade, they got a better guy than Ahmed there. So I don't think I could give up a top 3 player in Dynasty for all that. There's too much uncertainty with it. Whereas Jefferson's a pretty sure thing for the next 7, 8, who knows, years.
Yeah, and I'm with you. And I think you guys have to understand, man, this is Doc coming. I mean, all of Doc's rosters are already loaded. So it's gonna, he's looking at, it's gonna be tough. I think it's a good trade. I mean, if you're looking at your roster and all you got's Jefferson, man, and the future looks bleak. I do think it's a pretty good haul in that case. I'm with you though, Doc. Chase, Jefferson, Taylor, maybe 1 or 2 other guys. I'm not giving them up, man. I'm just not doing it, man. Just too darn good and too darn young. Justin Jefferson, geez, what do we got here? 7, 8, 9 years of elite production left out of this guy, man. So
yeah, it's crazy.
It's tough, man, and exciting if he's on your roster.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Next trade popping up here. 1 sec. We got Trevor Lawrence, the 1.8, the 1.10, and the 1.11 for drumroll DK Metcalf and a 2nd rounder.
Ooh, okay. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, gosh, I wish at least one of those ones was like a little earlier. Because I feel like you could get like 3 guys that, you'd be pretty happy with those picks. And obviously Trevor Lawrence, I mean, I think everybody expects him to bounce back pretty well with Doug Peterson now. That's tough. I like that trade. I mean, I think it's pretty good. And I've talked about it too. I've talked about DK before, how I'm souring on him a little bit for no reason of his own. I mean,
Drew Lock.
Man, he's got Drew Lock or Geno Smith. Like, one or the other is going to be his
Baker,
quarterback.
Maybe.
Yeah, no matter who it is, or maybe a rookie. Like, either way, it's not going to be good.
I just want to tell us all good reasons to sour on DK a little bit.
Yeah,
tossing that out there.
I don't know. It's enticing, but I honestly, I might roll with the picks. Let's be a little different. We'll go with the picks. We'll load up on some guys. Maybe a couple of those young guys end up in better positions than DK's in right now, and you end up feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you, man. I'll take all those picks. And another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the 8, 10, 11. I'm going to shop the 11 and 10 for 2023 picks.
Oh, I was going to say you could even move up in the draft too if there's someone you like better. Up. You got a little bit of firepower.
But I think for me personally, let me have Lawrence, the 1.8 this year, and then 2 2023s.
Yeah, I like that too.
For Metcalf, and I think you'll be happy with that in the long run. Especially taking a look ahead at next year's rookie class. And I'll just toss out one name, Smith and Jigba.
Yeah,
I think if you get him, everything else will just be icing on the cake, man. So
absolutely.
All right, good stuff. And the final trade popping up, elite wide receivers. Interesting one, man, especially with a lot of stuff going on with this guy. I talked about the commercial. I really did love the Deebo Samuel commercial. But we got Deebo Samuel in the 2.1 for Devontae Smith in the 1.2.
That's tough right now. With all the uncertainty with his contract situation. I mean, he asks to be traded. I don't know if he'll end up back in San Fran or if they'll actually move off of him. I'm not necessarily worried that he doesn't want to play the running back role because he was producing just fine before he started getting carries in the second half of the season. Yeah. So I do think he is like legit number one. It isn't like fluky because he was getting a ton of carries.
And I'm just sitting there off the top of my head, like if I'm his new team or the 49ers, like I'm erasing that whole running back thing. Like, listen.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just thinking we're just going to throw you 2-yard passes behind the line of scrimmage. Like,
right.
You can still be a wide receiver. This is your route. Line up behind me. Just toss that out.
Just a long handoff. There you go. I still like Devontae Smith a lot. I'm still just not sold on Hurts. And I don't know that he's going to get him the ball consistently. And for whatever reason, too, I keep seeing the Eagles mocked as taking a receiver in the first round.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
So that has me a little bit concerned as well, even though I don't think that, Devontae Smith, it's not like a Rager situation where you're like, oh, gosh. I think Devontae Smith showed some good signs last year. I think the quarterback's the issue. So I like him. I like the 1.2, but man, I feel like my worry about Devontae Smith's situation is enough to make me say I'm gonna stick with Deebo because I know he'll be good wherever he goes. Well, I guess he could end up with someone horrible as his quarterback. I guess if he ended up with the Jets, maybe that's been rumored quite a bit because they were kind of in on Tyreek Hill too. So I guess I wouldn't necessarily love Zach Wilson thrown to Deebo. You know what? I'll take the 1.2 side. I'm changing my mind. I'm going with the lottery ticket. Let's see if it pays off. There's too much uncertainty everywhere else.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm just kind of pairing them up with that 1.2 Devontae and Wilson, or Devontae. And for me, that side, I think you get a lot younger with just as much potential. I think I'm with you. Yeah. I'd take that side too. Although, we wake up tomorrow, Deebo's a Kansas City Chief or a Green Bay Packer or that could definitely change things quick. And I'm with you on the Jets. Although, man, that offense, if you add like a Deebo Samuel, all of a sudden, they can't always be the same old Jets, you would think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I guess Deebo was really productive with Jimmy G as his quarterback too. So it's not like he needs an elite quarterback to
good point.
get him the ball.
Yep. All right. Good stuff, Doc. That's going to wrap up this edition. Elite wide receivers. Definitely come back. Or if you could hit the like and subscribe button. I'd love for you to come be a part of the Masters family. Next week, I'll be probably doing elite running back. So keep an eye out for that. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Any last words, Doc?
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.